Hey guys, what's going on? It is Greg with Full Court Nerd, and we are officially done with the NHL season. We're going to talk about postseason. If you've seen my other video, my preseason prediction, you will know that it was kind of shitty. I got a little bit over 50% right. Nothing to write home about and tell your mom or dad, but you know what? We had fun making the video, but now it's time to go to the postseason and deal with the real talent in the NHL right here, okay? So we're going to worry about that. We're going to go through, pick the conference winner for the East and the conference winner for the West, and then ultimately the Stanley Cup champion. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. So the NHL, how they do it, they break all the playoffs into divisions, basically. So you have like a mini little feud here, and then you have your, basically your ultimate division winner kind of thing. So we're going to talk about the Western Conference first and the Central Division. So first up, you're going to have a matchup between St. Louis and the Wild. I think St. Louis is going to have an easy go against the Wild. The Wild just, they're not a physical team. St. Louis is overly physical. I think St. Louis gets through the Wild no problem. And this could not have been a better matchup for the Hawks, who might actually have Patrick Kane coming back from his collarbone injury. If the Blackhawks were going up against St. Louis in the first round, I think they would have easily and loved to have taken a 5-game suspension to knock Patrick Kane back out on the sideline. So I think the Blackhawks and the Blues are going to move forward, and from that matchup, it's really going to be a good series. Blackhawks, Blues. Ultimately, I'm a Blackhawks fan. I think they're a better team. It's going to come down to goaltending. It's going to depend on how well Crawford's doing, but I think the Blackhawks are going to go on out of that group of 4 right there for us. Moving over to the Pacific Division, Calgary's playing really well. The Canucks, they always just seem to kind of make it. I hate the Sedins. If you're watching, I don't give a shit. Verbata, you're having a great year. The Jets, they've played actually really well. Recent history tells me that I shouldn't go behind the Ducks and I shouldn't trust them and whatnot, but I think that they are so far above everybody else. It's really going to depend on the goaltending. If they can keep that consistent and keep that going, I think the Ducks can get on and meet the Chicago Blackhawks for the conference title. Let's talk about the Atlantic Division, okay? So you're gonna have the Canadiens, the Senators, who are red hot, going up against each other, and then you're gonna have the Lightning going up against the Red Wings. I think Tampa Bay, as you may have realized from my other video, Tampa Bay was my pick to go to the Stanley Cup. I think Montreal could trip them up a little bit, but I still think it's going to be the Tampa Bay Lightning getting past in the Atlantic Division to go on. In the Metropolitan, you have the best team in hockey, and the New York Rangers going up against the Pittsburgh Penguins. And then in the other matchup, you have the Washington Capitals. Wow, that was a little bit more difficult to say. Going up against the New York Islanders. And I will be the first to admit it. I didn't have the Capitals in there. I didn't have the Islanders in there. John Tavares is extremely underrated. I am hoping that New York can knock off Washington, and I have no doubt that the Rangers can take care of Pittsburgh. The Rangers have been extremely lucky. You lose one of the best goaltenders in the world currently, and Talbot just, no problem, comes right in and does extremely well. I think out of these 4 teams, I think the New York Rangers are going to be the one to come out of it, and I think they will meet up with Tampa Bay for the conference title. So that gives us the Tampa Bay Lightning going up against the New York Rangers and the Chicago Blackhawks going up against the Anaheim Ducks. I personally can't see the Blackhawks having a tough time going up against the Ducks. Again, recent history is telling me that I can't bet on the Ducks. I think the Blackhawks are going to be representing the Western Conference in the Stanley Cup Finals. The Eastern Conference is where you have a lot more discrepancy, though. I'm personally going to stick with the Tampa Bay Lightning just because that was my preseason pick. Ben Bishop has been amazing. Steven Stamkos is amazing. Storyline, I think this is going to be a fantastic story. Martin St. Louis going up against his former team and former GM and all that jazz. Hopefully, I'm correct, and it will be a Blackhawks and Lightning final. So with that said, obviously I'm not going to go against what I said in the preseason. I have the Tampa Bay Lightning going up against the Chicago Blackhawks. It's going to come down to goaltending. I can't go against the Blackhawks. I'm not trying to be a homer. That's my prediction. Blackhawks over Lightning in 6 games. Now, you've heard what I've had to say, and I actually want to extend a challenge, a gentleman's bet, if you will. What I'd like to see from you is the 2 teams that you think will be representing the Eastern Conference and the 2 teams that you think will be representing the the Western Conference, your Stanley Cup winner, and how many games you think it will be. So, my challenge goes out to you, Bacon Country. Just a gentleman wager between two YouTubers. I love your videos, by the way. I love all the NHL stuff that you do. Love the game. I'm calling you out, brother. Calling you out. Bacon Country, let's see what you got. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Don't forget to like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at Full Court Nerd. Until next time, see you on the green. Thanks for watching our video. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook.com/FullCourtNerd or on Twitter at Full Court Nerd.